Nintendo pre-orders are getting cancelled, but why is this happening and could it affect you? Well, we're going to find out in this video. Before we get started in this video, I just want to thank everybody for helping us get to 2,000 subscribers. That does massively help us out, so huge thank you for that. But yeah, thank you so much for that, everybody. Make sure you are subscribing if you haven't already done so. So it's recently been revealed that Nintendo has actually been cancelling pre-orders for their latest games, for Luigi's Mansion 2 HD and also for Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. People in the US, it seems, have got their pre-orders cancelled. Now, this is not a great look for Nintendo, and in this video, we're actually going to be discussing why I think they're doing that. One way I think they're actually doing this is I feel like they're doing this because of the leaks that happen. Recently, over the past couple of years, Nintendo games have usually leaked pretty early. Some retailers are breaking street dates, and I feel like Nintendo are trying to clamp down on the retailers that they think they might be, leaking things early. Nintendo might have sources and they might be able to tell what stores are giving out games early, what locations, that kind of thing, and I feel like this could be a way Nintendo are trying to stop pre-orders going out so that people don't leak it early, that kind of thing. Then again, it's a weird thing for them to do because potentially Nintendo are losing a sale here. They're losing money by doing this. Obviously, if a game is already in a shop and somebody gets it early, all that's going to happen is something's going to leak a couple of days early. It's not really going to hurt Nintendo. Yes, it's not ideal for them. Yes, they won't like it. But, they're still getting a sale. Here, they're actually getting rid of the person actually getting the game at all, and therefore losing a sale just because they don't want something leaking early. It's a theory. Maybe it's not a correct theory, but that's the theory behind what's going on right now. Another theory about this is that people think that Nintendo is doing this just so they can get more digital sales. If we cancel some pre-orders, will people just choose to go digital? That means there's more money in it for Nintendo, and therefore they can just make more money. Nintendo, they want you to go digital. That way you don't actually own the game, you're giving them the full price, goes directly to them. They haven't got to print a cartridge, they haven't got to distribute it, they haven't got any of the extra costs. So Nintendo want people to have a digital game, and I feel like it would be quite anti-consumer of them to do so. And they're sort of just, shooting themselves in the foot by doing this. Obviously we saw this with Paper Mario about a month ago at this point. We saw that with Paper Mario, and it was weird, but it was a first time thing. Now it's happening with Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Now, both of these games are remakes, so you could say that's not that big of a deal. But, people are expecting these games. People have paid money for this pre-order, probably excited for this game. And here we are, literally a week away from, people wanting these games since the release date. A week away till the release date, and people's pre-orders are getting cancelled. That's just kind of unheard of, really, in the games industry, to my knowledge. Like, you don't really hear of that, people's pre-orders getting, cancelled. This looks really bad on Nintendo, and I feel like they should make an actual comment about this. Now, some of the retailers that this has been happening happens to only be in the US, and also with Walmart, so it could also be an issue with Walmart, but still, somebody needs to make more of a statement and more clear on what is actually going on and why this is happening. This comes from Wario64 on Twitter. They say Walmart is doing it again. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD online pre-orders are being cancelled, just like Paper Mario. Nintendo is only offering the game through in-store. $25 off a $45 discount code is given as an apology, so that's good. Let's say Luigi's Mansion 2, what is that, a £50 game? If they're offering 25 off that retail price, that basically means the game's half price just because they cancelled a pre-order. So instead of getting it delivered to you, if you went in store to pick it up, use that voucher, it would technically be half price. Now, it seems like this is kind of on Walmart's behalf because they're the ones apologising for it, but it's then again the order's through there. It's hard to tell who this actually is at fault here. Is it Nintendo or is it Walmart? It could just be that, Walmart isn't stocking enough physical games anymore. Obviously, over the past couple of years, we've seen physical media really not be a thing in big stores. In the UK, we don't really have that anymore. Obviously, the big shops over here, like Tesco, Asda, that kind of thing. Yes, you might still get a few games in them, but mostly, for the most part, they don't really have games in them anymore. They're slowly phasing that out. So maybe Walmart is trying to do this where, we're not going to keep selling physical games, but the bit that kind of contradicts that is you can go in store and get it. Where they need that like retail space for something else, They offer it in store, but they're not doing it online. It's such a weird situation, and this never ever happens before. This has never ever happened before with the Switch, to my knowledge. It's never happened before with any other games company. It's not currently happening with anything else. You know, Nintendo games physically, I believe, are quite popular. I think at the minute in the industry, games for the Xbox brand of consoles, they're like less popular right now because of obviously the Series S and also the upcoming Series X without a disc drive. So people aren't buying physical games for Xbox as much as they used to. But with Nintendo, people seem to be buying the physical games pretty commonly, especially with a lot of them not even having update patches as well. So it makes sense to buy Nintendo games physically. It's just weird on what's going on. There isn't enough, obviously, to go around to meet the demand. But then again, that comes down to Nintendo and also Walmart. Do they just not have enough supply to go around all of the pre-orders that they've got? Like, here's the situation. Do Walmart just put the game onto their website? They think, oh, that won't sell that many copies, that we won't get that many pre-orders. We'll just keep it up and we'll take as many as people want to buy. And then it comes to just before release, and they go, right, we've got, let's say, 300,000 pre-orders. Just as an example, I don't know how many they've got, but just as an example, let's say they have 3,000. But then, after this, Nintendo only sends them 250,000, let's say, for example. Is that what's happening here? Now, was there like contract with Nintendo? Was there ordering with Nintendo only for the amount they're getting from Nintendo, and now they've over given out pre-orders and it's their fault? Or is it Nintendo undersupplying Walmart because of leaks? We don't really know. There's lots of theories going on why. It's all hypothetical at this point. Now, we don't know what company is really to blame here. It could be Nintendo, it could be Walmart, we don't really know. But the only retailer this is happening at is Walmart. The only place this incident has happened with Paper Mario and also Luigi's Mansion is only at Walmart. Everywhere else seems to have fine supply issues. Everywhere else around the world, as far as I know, have got perfect supply issues with their pre-orders. Everywhere in the UK, Europe, Asia, there hasn't been any other complaints about supply issues in any other country around the world. At least to my knowledge, I haven't seen anything be reported or announced or anything like that. So things like this could be happening around the world, but as far as I know, it seems to just be Walmart, which is a shame for those pre-ordering from there. And to be honest, that kind of makes Walmart look a little bit bad, because it's like, why pre-order from Walmart going forward? Unless there's a big pre-order bonus that you have to get from Walmart. This is twice now we've seen pre-orders get cancelled. You know, why be hyped for a game? Why get excited for a game to want to pre-order it, to then have a couple of weeks or a week before release have that pre-order be cancelled on you? That's not fair on the fans. It makes Walmart look bad. It makes Nintendo look bad. It's just not a great idea at all. To be fair, these are smaller titles. I'm not saying they're bad titles, but you know, Luigi's Mansion HD especially is just a up-resed 3DS port. Let's not, you know, make it out to be any bigger than it is. It's not a new Luigi's Mansion game. It's not a new Mario game. It's not a mainline Mario game or a mainline Zelda game. It's just a 3DS game that has been brought up into HD for the Switch, which is great to see, and people will enjoy it, but it's not a huge title. Paper Mario, as much as I love that game, it's amazing. You know, it is just a Paper Mario game, and it is a remake of an old one, and I think it only really appeals massively to the core Nintendo fans. So yeah, these two are smaller games. Going forward, we have to see how bigger games are going to perform. When the new 2D Zelda launches, how's that going to happen? Are we going to see pre-orders be cancelled for that? Are we going to see pre-orders be cancelled for Mario and Luigi? More importantly, what is very, very scary is the idea of pre-orders being cancelled for this new successor to the Switch. The people that are going to be wanting the next Switch at launch and want to pre-order the next Switch are going to be the core die-hard Nintendo fans. And the die-hard Nintendo fans hear news like this from Walmart and they'll begin to not trust them. So because of, you know, the die-hard Nintendo fans potentially having their pre-orders be cancelled for these two games, that could potentially put the Nintendo fans off pre-ordering the console from Walmart, the next console from Walmart. This is a very, very weird situation, and if you know anything about it, please do let me know down in the comments below. Has this affected you? You know, what is going on with these pre-orders? You know, are you in a different country? Has a different supplier affected you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure that you're doing all that other good YouTube stuff, because it does really help us out. Thank you again to everybody that helps us get to 2,000 subs. That really does mean the world. So thank you very much for that, everybody. But yeah, make sure you're liking, commenting, checking out all the videos if you haven't already. And yeah, every bit of help and support does really help us out. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. Cheers for watching.